Hello my beautiful people, it's me, I'm back, I'm Michał, and this is channel about cross-stitching called Star Parade. But not only about cross-stitching, I talk a little bit about books, about music, and some other crafts, but today will be mainly about cross-stitching. Welcome to Flosstube number 17. Today we've got 14th of October 2021. And it's been 2 weeks since I saw you last time. If you've been on my live 2 weeks ago on the 30th of September, I'm very grateful. It literally anyone that takes their time to show up on my live video, I really appreciate it, and I had a blast interacting with you all and talking and about exchanging your thoughts and ideas and just showing my stitching showing my whips, showing what I'm working on, and it is a joy. It is a joy to have you guys. And recently I've crossed the barrier of 800 subscriptions, which is I just can't even comprehend that. I I don't understand why do you guys like watching some random Polish dude talking about cross stitching so much, but I am very grateful and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. And we're slowly, crawling towards 1,000 subscribers, and I think I will try to, after we cross that milestone, I will try to organize a nice giveaway to appreciate as an appreciation token to you all, and I will try to find something that will be enjoyable by majority of my viewers. It'll be not I will not, spend like £5, or I will try to, you know, uh, send my thanks in about more open way, if that's the right word. I will basically try to find something that will be, 1,000 subscribers worthy of a giveaway. So stay tuned to that, whenever that will happen, because my subscription count doesn't skyrocket like someone else's. Chris. But it doesn't matter. We'll get there eventually. By any means, I'm in no rush at the moment with that. I enjoy the place where I am now. I enjoy interacting with you, replying to all beautiful comments that I'm getting. I am very thankful for that. Having a lower count of subscribers doesn't mean that my content will change. I will try to do something to get those subscribers. No, I really enjoy the place I am at the moment because it gives me time to reply to your comments and interact with you. Bigger YouTubers have often problems with that, and it is natural. They have hundreds of comments flying in each day, so they have trouble keeping up and replying. So I am enjoying at the moment the place where I am at the moment, and we shall see what the future holds in front of us. Hopefully me passing 1,000 subscribers will happen somewhere next year, 2022. Well, but we shall see. Who knows? Okay, let's start with some updates. For all of my friends that I contacted recently about their address, I would like to inform you that the things that I promised to send were already shipped. It happened on last Sunday. Yeah, I went to the post office and sent all the packages. So if I recently contacted you to ask you about your address, just be aware that you might get something in the mail. Hopefully they won't be destroyed, because they're needle minders. I'm just let's just spill the beans. It'll be needle minders, and I know some of my viewers told me that there's problem shipping needle binders, especially to China. I'm talking about Anastasia. She is a wonderful cross stitcher from Russia that is currently living in China. So she informed me that she don't send me anything because it'll be held by the customs, and I will never see it again. So unfortunately, I couldn't send her anything. So my apologies. Maybe I'll try to find something else that I could send you, but it'll have to wait a little bit because I'm in process of switching jobs really, and I it'll be hard for me to think about those things. But you are on my list. If you're watching that, just remember you're on my list, and I will contact you as soon as possible. And well, I have your address, to be fair. There's some kind of shenanigans trying to type the address into the Royal Mail in UK website, so I'll probably have to go there in person, just print out the address and stick it on an envelope. But I'll try to find something. I'll try to find a way to send you something, because yeah, we have to support each other, right? Next thing, it's some honorable mentions and mentions of Flosstubers in general. I would like to mention Chris from Chris Cross Stitch. I know that if you're probably watching me, you most likely watching Chris. He recently, he's not on Flosstube very long, but through his personality and charisma and way of being and way of talking and way of showing his appreciation to everyone, he just skyrocketed in number of subscribers. He became like a cross-stitch celebrity. I'm very happy for him. Thankfully, I am one of those people, lucky people, that he still replies on my messages on Instagram. And thank you, Chris, that you sometimes find 5 minutes of your life just to talk to me. It is a really nice thing, and I know you're struggling at the moment with replies, but I really appreciate our relationship. You are my stitchy friend after all, right? Next one on the list is Noah. Noah stitches on YouTube, also on Instagram. I think on Instagram it's noah.stitches. And I have a question to you, my friend. Where's the next video? I want to see your face. I want to see some live updates. I recently saw that you run a half marathon and you had a very good time. I wouldn't probably be able to run for 5 kilometers. So I am really happy for you. So we want to see some progress on things you're stitching. We want to see the progress on my on my cultural appreciation sol, which we're gonna transition in a little bit. So yeah, how are you, man? Please tell me more. Show us something. Show us some videos. I mean, not show us some videos. Film a video and show us all your stitching. We are just anxiously waiting for your video. Next person is Darcy, Stitchman himself, Darcy Cameron. Amazing person, and he recently, I am still in shock, and when I saw that, my jaw just dropped, that he was able, in a few months, he was able to catch up on Saul that Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery is organizing. He was able to catch up on that. Something that people are still struggling and are still in the middle of. He just completely demolished. He just ran past everyone. He had a late start, very late start, but he caught up. He's amazing. Hi Darcy. I think it's the beer power that you're holding, clenching into. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi if you're watching this. I don't know, maybe you're not, whatever. And the last person I would like to mention is a wonderful new Flosstuber, surprisingly. Her name is Kyla Gray. I will post everything and everyone's details in the description down below, links to YouTube channels and all of that. She is a new Flosstuber and she recently started. She has something over 200 subscribers, including me, and she is a wonderful person. She is such a warm and kind woman. and her stitching is absolutely amazing. So yeah, if you are interested, you can just go down to the link down below and check her videos. It's really worth it, in my opinion. And I am, also anxious to see more of your videos. Saying that, I will take a sip of a tea. Today I'm having rooibos with honey, however you call that plant. It's a root, I guess. It's still very warm, but outside in UK, it became very cold, amazingly, quickly. Mm. Oh, that's so good. It's my beautiful Totoro mug. Konari no Totoro. So my neighbor Totoro. I am quite a Ghibli fan, or Ghibli, if you are, want to be phonetically accurate with Japanese pronunciation. And okay, let's transition a little bit into the stitching, but before we do that, I would like to thank Lady, a wonderful woman that sent me this. You know who that is? You know who that is? I'll just adjust the lights a little bit better. You know who that is? This wonderful cat. It's Hamilton. I've got a nice envelope with wonderful greeting card from Betsy. Thank you, Betsy. She sent me a beautiful card thanking me for a design that she recently put on her floss drops. And she was kind enough just to send me a few. So this is Betsy Gibson, and she sent me some of her floss drops. It's a Betsy Klager as Mel Gibson in Braveheart. I made it for her as part of Stupid Tumor Sol, which I got the sticker, guys. I got the Stupid Tumor Sol sticker. I don't even know where to put it, but I love it. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you so much. It was really kind. I wasn't really expecting you to send me something that quickly. I know you asked me for the address, but I thought, okay, it takes me ages to send you something, so I'll probably get something in return in about, on next year or something. But it actually came quicker than I've sent my stuff out. So, but now it's sent. So the deed has been complete, I guess. So it was really nice to receive something like that. I wasn't really expecting anything, so it was a very nice surprise, and I keep it as a whole, and I will cherish that. Part of me doesn't want to use the floss drops because it is such a nice token, and I don't even know what should I put the sticker on. Any suggestions? Tell me. It'll be very nice to see and hear what are your suggestions. Where should I put this Stupid Tumor Sol sticker? Honestly, low key, I want to, when I finish my Stupid Tumor Sol piece, which is currently in hiatus, I guess, because I'm working on different things, but I will get back to it maybe next month. But maybe I should put it on the frame, but I don't know if I should put it in the back or put it somewhere on the glass. It'll be a nice like package. Hey, I completed Stupid Tumor Sol, and yeah, it'll be a very nice thing to do, right? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Well, give me your suggestions. I will really appreciate that. And okay, saying that, let's just transition smoothly to the work in progress. So, well, not really work in progress, it's a new start. I have two new starts to show you. First one is by Avocado Stitchery, and it is Wind Waker. And this is how the pattern will look like when it's fully stitched. I would say that, but me and Leonie from Leonie Stitching Madness, we decided to do a part of it, and we are currently working on this middle long segment of the pattern, and I'm debating if I want to add something extra to it or not, but if I do, I will probably make it separately. But yeah, I'm working on that at the moment. It was a 1-day start, and I already pre-cut the fabric, so it should be, you know, around this size. And this is a 40 count linen in color, I think, light mocha. And I am using Week Dye Works threads for that. And you can see also my beautiful bee needle minder. And this is where I am at the moment. So this is the very edge of the frame. So it'll be literally slightly bigger than that. And yeah, where's my... okay, here's my board. That'll be very helpful. Would like normally use it, right? As I should. So there we go. This is where I am at the moment. It's not much, but I was debating because the coverage is not the greatest of these threads. As I said, I am stitching that on 40 count linen, and I'm using 1 thread over 2 holes. So I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. Because I'm not really sure if I should just leave it as it is, or you know, frog it and stitch it with 2 threads. But honestly, from like this point of view, it looks very good, so I will probably leave it as it is. This section is small enough. It has, I think, 8,000 stitches or something like that, so it's not the worst. And if needed, I can just restitch that from the scratch. It shouldn't take me long, but I think I will leave it as it is. So I did some color changes. As I said, I am using Week Dye Works threads, and I will try to throw in a little bit of color on the chart. So keep tuned, stay tuned, and we shall see how this will work. I am very hopeful that it will look beautifully with those threads because they are nicely variegated, not offensive as the Betsy Gibson piece from Modern Folk Embroidery, which is called Kindness and Fortitude. So it'll be more subtle than that, but still very beautiful. Not that I don't like the Betsy Gibson bit. I really do adore it, and it's very strong in variegation, and I really do like that. So the next new start that I want to show you, it is not cross stitch related. What? Yes, I recently spoke with my partner, and he was thinking about dressing up as a male version of a witch and like a wizard kind of person. So he was thinking about getting himself a cloak, like, you know, with a hood, with a pin that you put here and just keeps everything in place. And he looked at the prices on Etsy and he just said no. A cloak for him would be over £100 cost, and he said, I don't really want to, you know, buy something that I will wear very rarely or once for Halloween and that's it. So me being a good partner, I decided to get some yarn and decided to make him a cloak. And the pattern that I found on the internet, well, on YouTube, it is by Jada in Stitches. I will post her channel down below in the description. And she designed a very beautiful pattern for a cloak, which is quite an advanced crochet design and pattern. So I have a lot of trouble, you know, crocheting that up. But slowly it's coming together. I am currently working on a hood part, which it's combination of 2 crochet squares or rectangles rather. And when I finished few rows, I noticed that mine is much smaller than hers. And the yarn that she was crocheting that with was a number 4 medium weight yarn, and I found the UK equivalent of that will be Aran yarn, and I bought it, and it's still too thin. So I am forced to amend the pattern and change it a little bit, add extra chains to it and crochets. So it is stressful and scary at the same time because I never amended a pattern for crochet before. This is my second piece that I'm trying to crochet as well. So and because it's my second piece, it also edges of it on one side are looking kind of wonky. I'm not really sure why. I think I missed some holes for some strange reason, or it landed in the wrong hole. That's what she said. Sorry, sometimes I'm immature, or sometimes that's a understatement, I guess. So one side of my piece, it is looking very wonky, unfortunately. But as I'll make a second piece and see if I improve with my crocheting, I might just, rip it apart and redo it. But we shall see. It's still on trial and error. So I bought some yarn. So she said that the whole cloak should be like 900 grams of yarn should be enough to make a cloak. So I bought a little bit more than that because it is made for a male and he is probably a little bit taller than her. And I decided to go with 2 different colors. One is this beautiful blue. I think it's denim blue. Not sure. It is called actually denim. So it is a chunk of yarn. So when I was just trying to make a little ball of it, it took hours for me to wind it up. And the other one is this beautiful gray. And it's called just basically gray. And I bought 3 of those. I mean, separately, I bought 2 blues and 1 gray. I bought them in my local crafting store, which is Hobbycraft. Currently, they have a sale over there, so you have any of yarns, any of spools of yarn. 3 of them you get for 2, so you get 1 extra for free. So I jump on that bandwagon, buy wagon and just bought myself 3 spools of yarn. So we got 2 denim ones because I want the cloak to be primary blue, and also 1 gray. So I'll try to make some patterns on it. I'll try to post pictures how the cloak will look like. So at the moment I'm using this beautiful wooden bowl that I picked up from a car boot. If you don't know what car boot is, it's basically for my US friends. So think about it as a flea market, but everyone else, people are gathering in one big car park. They're opening the boots of their cars and just selling things from the boots of the cars. So that's why it's called car boot sale. And yeah, as you can see, I've got everything here. And this is my current progress on it. It is not much. So this is the edge that I'm worried about. It is very wonky, as you see. It is very irregular. But maybe if I will sew it in a certain way, it won't even show. And the other edge, it turned out to be great. As you can see, it's quite even. And I don't think I missed any stitches over here, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, I'm trying to expand the pattern a little bit and try to make something out of it, because I don't know if that will even work. But it took me a few tries to get this pattern right. First, it took me a few times, but I think I got the hang of it, at least for the hood part, because the main cloak is stitched in a different fashion and a different there's different pattern to it. So yeah, we shall see. Hopefully I'll make it, and we shall rejoice in happiness, and we shall shout huzzah. That was awkward. But you know what I mean. I'm hopeful that it will turn out great, or at least passable as a cloak. And if he won't be, able to wear it everywhere, he will still have a nice piece of clothing to put on his shoulders in the colder months. Even at home, I will be completely fine with it. He can even put it at home just whenever we sit together and it's kind of chilly. Hell, let me put my cloak on. Because I'm a wizard. I'm your wizard, Harry. Oh my gosh, that sounded like a sexual offender. My apologies. So, saying that were my new starts, let's move into the current whips. So first whip that I would like to show you, it is my Cultural Appreciationsal Curry Camo Roosters in bronze. So as you remember, I was working on them a few last Flosstube, I think. And I was also working on them during one of my live streams. And Noah, surprise, surprise, he, ran past through me with this. It was my idea to stitch something like that, and he already has more of it done than I am, which is crazy. But he doesn't have a lot of whips, thankfully, for him. So at the moment, this is the progress on it. It is not a lot, I would say. Well, not a lot. It is quite a lot, but I didn't add a lot of extra things, so I stitched this area over here, as you remember. So I tried to put photos before and after, so you can see how it looks like. And this is also one of my needle minders, very colorful. It's not colorful. It's a bee, a beautiful bee. So, yeah, this is where I am with that, and slowly, it's coming together. This is the central piece, so after that I haven't decided where I will go from that point. Should I stitch one of the roosters or continue with flower pattern? But I think we decide when we get there. And yeah, I still enjoy it. This is stitched on a 28 count linen. It is called for DMCs, 3 strands over 2. If you are wondering, I think it's a natural linen by Zuich, and yeah, I enjoy this pattern. Simply enjoy it, and I cannot wait to focus on it more after I finish my Halloween piece. Speaking about Halloween piece, Stitching Land Halloween Cats. So I came up with a conclusion about this pattern, that the mock-up looks much better than the stitched version, which is unusual in my opinion. Usually when you are buying a pattern from a designer, it should be other way around, isn't it? But I guess that's why we've got only a mock-up, not a finished object, so it wasn't probably tested before. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. By any means, there's nothing wrong with the pattern, but I think the colors should be a little bit more adjusted to reality. So saying that, I made a lot of progress on it, but unfortunately I'm afraid that I will not make it before Halloween. There's 2 weeks left and I am a little bit over 50% done on this pattern. So I fear that I will not make it unless I will, stitch on it whenever it's possible. but I will do my best. We shall see how this will go, and because we'll see each other before Halloween, actually on the Thursday, or I will try to film it on Thursday, but hopefully I will make a lot of progress very quickly, because there's still, you know, a long way to go with this. This is stitched on 16 count Ada called Parchment, and I have beautiful skeleton needle minder on it. So, and this is where I am with this beautiful piece. It might not show on the camera, but the colors are way off. Maybe not way off. They are not as good as the mock-up ones. So, but as you can see, I was trying to, you know, move up from this part over here, and actually this is a 2-page finish, and I'm working on these 2 sections. So 2 out of 4 completely done, and I'm trying to, you know, finish that and make as much progress as I can, and hopefully you know, aim for a finish before Halloween. But I don't think I'm gonna make it. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna make it with this. So, but you know, we can wish, and we can you know, try and push it, but we shall see. I have another Halloween idea that I will try to start next year, and I don't know if that idea has been done before, but we shall see. Maybe I'll be something, you know, something that I will do. It'll be the first on Flosstube, but we shall see. I have high hopes with that, but I don't know. I need to research it a little bit more. But if you are intrigued, stay tuned. I will try to post more more information about it in the future. But yeah, Halloween Cats by Stitching Land on Etsy. Mock-up, in my opinion, looks much better than the original. Some of the colors are too pastel-y. Someone told me that it looks a lot like a Satsuma Street piece, and which I agree. It looks very, very similar, but it is not Satsuma Street. So these are my current whips. Let's move into finished objects, because I do have a finished object to show you guys. It's not even a finished object. It was a SOFO, start and finished object, and I did it in one day. And you could the object that I'm talking about, you could see from the very beginning of the video. If you are following me on Instagram, you already know what I'm talking about. And when I started the video, you probably did, this! I've seen it! So, I'm obviously talking about my shirt. This is a little fox that I did on my shirt. I used dissolvable Ada, 14 count, it's stitched 3/1. It is a part of a freebie pattern that I found on Reddit, and it's sticking his head out of the pocket. The pocket is still usable. I probably could add some stitches over here just to have it more realistic, but I think I'll just leave it as it is. So I think 2 weeks ago we've been with my partner on an Oktoberfest party in his base. So I wore the shirt, and a lot of people ask me, "Hey, where did you get this from? Hey, this fox is amazing. How that's done?" And I told him, "Hey, I made it. I made a fox." And it's been sitting here on my chest since then. Well, I wasn't wearing the shirt all the time, but you know what I mean. And I really adore this piece, and I really adore this shirt. So if you're wondering if that is secured by somehow from the other side, the answer is No. I could probably get some kind of, material that you iron on the other side to protect the stitches, but I did a little bit of research and it is not really needed. So I'm not really sure what I will do with that, if I will leave it as it is or I will just try to secure the stitches somehow. But I really do love and enjoy this. I wear it as often as I can on the formal meetings. Well, not really formal meetings, but more casual type of meetings. So in 2 weeks time, no, in 3 weeks, we are planning a get together from our workplace. Well, I'm really planning that, and I will be wearing this very shirt on that little get together meeting. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it because we didn't had any of those in almost 2 years because of current world situation, which is understandable. So yeah, I am very, very, excited to see some people, to talk with them in more casual way, not work related. So fingers crossed, everything will be fine, and everyone will show up. So yeah, it'll be fun. So this is my only finish this for the past 2 weeks, but I'm really working my heart with Halloween cats. Hopefully. Okay, so talking about that, I have some notes. So um, okay, so let's talk about my haul. I recently bought a few things, cross stitch related and not cross stitch related. I bought a few books that I will show you last because I want to show you my fabric and things that I bought for cross stitching first, which is, normal and understandable because it's a cross stitching channel, isn't it? I talk about books and music a little bit, later in the video. So people that are not interested in in those things, they can just click away and be free from me. So, so I really do like my Q-snap. I like it so much that I bought a second one, and exactly the same one. Honestly, I wanted to try out this smaller version. This is 11 by 11 inches. I wanted to try 8 by 8, but it's nowhere available. And for some strange reason in UK, it's harder to get. Maybe because the 11" by 11 it is a standard, and it's a very universal size for the pieces that people usually do. I had trouble getting 8 by 8, so I decided to get another 11 by 11 because I do enjoy using it. I wasn't sure before I bought it. It is a balanced solution between a frame and a hoop, in my opinion. So I am really enjoying using it, and I cannot recommend that enough. It is original Q-snap, made in the United States of America by company named Yarn Tree from Ames in Iowa. So yeah, yarntree.com if you want to have original and you're from States, but I had to use a third-party suppliers, I guess, to get my hands on one of these, but I really do love it. And also I bought some fabric. I bought a 40 count linen in light mocha color. As I mentioned before, it's been already cut because I extracted a piece of it for my Wind Waker Sol, hashtag Wind Waker Sol. And I also bought a vintage country mocha linen. I already have this fabric actually, but I needed a bigger one for my goddess of prosperity. But yeah, that's not true to color, but I don't really know how to fix that. White, black and white. No, it's white balance, isn't it? It's yeah, I have troubles, making this a little bit better, but technical issues. What you can do. Although I finished IT, so I should be able to fix that. But I am lazy piece of shit. I'm just lazy. Let's be honest. So yeah. And I also got myself some even weave, because I do really love even weave. I got, how many? 4 different fabrics of even weave, actually, in beautiful colors. They are all 32 count. This is lilac, whatever. And it's this beautiful light lilac purple. Beautiful shade. I really do like it. I thought it'll be more on the pink side, but it actually turns out to be a light plum color, very light plum, like a forget-me-nots, I guess. Are forget-me-nots purple? Bluebell, like a very light bluebell. I don't know. I'm trying to think, but it's not working. Story of my life. Oh, sorry, that's the bigger fabric. I lied to you guys. This is the bigger. This is the bigger vintage mocha. As you can see, that was the smaller one. And I was afraid that Goddess of Prosperity won't fit properly on the smaller one. So I got the bigger one. But now I am questioning, should I use this country mocha on it, this lilac, or this beautiful apricot one from Zweigart, also 32 count. It is a beautiful shade of orange, orangey apricoty. I think it's orange with, how should I describe it? It's like a light peach color. I really do love it. As you remember, some time ago, I bought a fabric from Lakeside Needlecraft, which was a Paris kind of related, and I thought, okay, this is a beautiful fabric. It is peach colored. It'll be perfect for my whimsical haul, which never happened. But it just came in and it was angrily pink, and I really didn't like it. It didn't fit that saw at all, so I bailed on it. And it was supposed to be a Disney saw, so all that drama, I didn't make it. And we've got Zweigart. It is a daisy. I think it's a daisy. It's a spotted with some flowers. It's a gray one. This was originally intended to be a fabric for my own pattern, which is in the making. I made already 15% of it according to Pattern Keeper, but just the stitching. There's quite a lot of backstitching on it, and as soon as this is done, I'll just present it to you guys, and you'll tell me what you think about my own design. Maybe it's amazing, maybe it's bad. We shall see. So I have this fabric now, and I really don't know what I will put on it, but it'll have to contrast with white and this light grayish. It's kind of like a natural linen color, actually. So, but I love this pattern. And also I got another apricot. This time it is from Lakeside Needlecraft, and this one is with daisies, and it's actually much different than the other one. And this is more orangey than peachy than the other fabric, if that makes sense. Let me just put them both together so you can spot the difference. But in person, the difference is very noticeable. I don't know how that will show on the camera. Can you see any difference? This looks like it's more pale on the camera, but both of them are very beautiful. And this is 40 by 70 or 50 by 70 centimeters, and this was just for £6 on the sale, so I just had to have it, because who knows, you never can have enough fabric, in my opinion. and you can always find a piece that will match the fabric. So I haven't found anything yet that will match the fabric, but I know that I will find eventually something that I could stitch on that. So this is my fabric haul, and this is end of a cross-stitching segment and crocheting segment. So if you want to just to hear me talking about that, you can click away. And let's go to the books. So I finished Percy Jackson. Finally finished Percy Jackson, and I really liked it. But in my opinion, Last Battle was a little bit anticlimactic. I thought the Chronos will put up a little bit more fight. But overall, as a book series, I did like it. It was a nice fantasy series incorporating Greek gods in it, and standard male protagonist. A little bit of plot twists here and there. Overall, an enjoyable read as an adult. It's quite intended to be read by teenagers and young adults, but I really did like it. And yeah, after that I moved on to the another book that I purchased. One of the books that I purchased, it is A Cat That Saved Books. I think that's the title. It is a beautiful story about this young Japanese man, or a boy or teenager, that his grandfather recently passed away, and he is lost in his world, and his grandfather had a second-hand bookstore and was selling books that were forgotten or not so popular nowadays, and books that are like classic, really nice literature. And one day he's greeted by a cat that can talk and asks him to join him on a quest to save books. It was a wonderful read. The story itself is about 220 pages long, and I'm not a fast reader. It usually takes me quite a bit to finish a book, about a month per se, but this book I finished in just 2 days. The font is very approachable and big, and I think, realistically speaking, the other books that I read, the font, if this cat book will be in that font of the other books that I read, and that style of the book of the read, it will be probably about 100 pages long. Maybe not 100 pages, but 150 pages long maybe. But it was a really nice read and very interesting book, and I really recommend it. I really did like it. And at the moment I am reading the book 3 of J. Krzysztof series about God's Grave, and it is a Polish version of the book. It is hardback, as you can see, and has a beautiful red pages. And in Polish, this the preferred book is called Bez Świt. So in literal English translation will be no dawn, or without dawn. Never mind. I currently am over 200 pages. They have a little tassel attached to the book, so I don't have a bookmark. I don't have to carry a bookmark, but I really do enjoy this. I thought the third book in the series will be like going downhill, but it's actually still climbing up, and the ending of this will be either a hit or a miss for me. So I cannot wait to find out what will happen and how this book will end. If that will end on a high note, on a climax, it'll be suspenseful and amazing. I will love this book series because I really enjoyed reading through first two. There's quite a bit of sex scenes in these books, so if you don't like that, you might probably want to skip this series. But speaking about J. Krzysztof, J. I'm not really sure if that's a man or a woman, but this author, let's just say it like that, recently released another book. It's Empire of the Vampire. I think I showed that last time, but I just wanted to show it again because, yeah, I really do want to read it. It's the same author, and it's quite thick of a book, but I am very interested because I like the writing style of the God's Grave books. So we shall see how that will hold up to that. I also bought another book, The Wolf and the Woodsman, by Ava Reed, and it's a debut book in the fantasy series. I haven't heard anything about this book at all, but short description of the story was interesting enough for me to pick it up. I don't know what this is all about. I just blindly bought this book. And funny story, when I was, in a different shop, and my partner he was kind enough to get me a coffee, and he was holding into the books because he had an umbrella and it was raining. He spilled the coffee on my books. It's a spot, but it's synced in quite a bit into the pages. But I was like, oh, I was annoyed with this when it happened. But he wanted to do something nice to me and kind to me, and I cannot be mad at him. He bought me a coffee and he wanted to be nice and caring, and I was mad about how they treated my books, which I just bought. But it's all been forgiven. It wasn't even an argument. It was just like, oh, how could you? Me acting like a little brat, I would say. But yeah, I wasn't really that mad about it. It's now this book has character to it. And the other book that was treated by a coffee a little bit, much less than the other one. It's by Peter V. Brett, The Desert Prince. And I've got actually a copy signed by the author. I didn't even notice that before I bought it. And it's also in a hardback. I really do like books in a hardback. I think buying a book that is in a hardback, it gives me like a kind of, it increases the value of the book, in my opinion. I know it's silly, and paperbacks are as good as the hardbacks, and not even, they're probably even more durable than the hardbacks. But I don't know, if I buy a book, I will love for it to be in a hardback, because I don't know, it gives me like a prestige to it. And if I have a library, I would like to have most of my books in hardbacks. I really do like hardbacks. I don't know, maybe it's the aesthetic of it, and that it's hefty and you can kill someone with it if you really want it. But I don't know really what this book is all about. I only read a short description on the inner flap, or whatever you call that, this thing. And as you know, I am a fantasy lover. I really do like books about fantasy, and so whenever I find something interesting, I'll just get it. And this looked quite interesting. The last two books I would like to show you are books that have been lent to me unwillingly. By the way, it was by one of my friends. She came to my place this Monday in the evening after work. We just had a little chat. We had a coffee. Well, she had a coffee because I don't drink coffee later in the afternoon because I wouldn't be able to sleep. But we had a chat, and I told her which book that I left an impact on me, and she told me which books left impact on her. And she basically, next time at work, she forced these two books upon me. So first one is by Fyodor Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment. Honestly, I've had approached this book in the past, but it was in school. and I couldn't finish it. It was very boring to me, very difficult, and the story wasn't that interesting at all to me because, as you know, I love my fantasy, and this is fiction, but on a more realistically speaking, a more realistic fiction. But I will give it another go because it's considered a classic. So there has to be something in this book that is loved and timeless, isn't it? So I will try to jump into that book once again, and we'll see what I will go. And the other one is Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Zuich Zafron, I guess. I think it's a Spanish writer. This is well, it's the first books in the series apparently, and it's in Polish, so it'll be much easier read for me. And she was swearing about this author. It is one of her favorite authors, and she has every single book of this author. So I am very curious about this, actually, more than the Dostoevsky. But at the moment, I'm reading quite light novel about the killer assassin lady. So maybe I would try to jump into Fyodor Dostoevsky to read something more, heavier on the mind. But we shall see. And that's pretty much all what I have to show you for this Flosstube. I would like to wish you a wonderful evening or morning. Don't forget to drink water or any type of fluid except alcohol fluids. I'm talking to you, Darcy. Drink some water from time to time. Your liver will be in shock and happy. But thank you so much, guys, for spending this time with me. I hope you are healthy. I hope you will have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on my next Flosstube. I don't know if that will be live Flosstube, but we shall see. I will try to dress up for the next Flosstube because it's almost Halloween, isn't it? So it'll be a fun time together. I don't know if that'll be a live video though. Maybe I should make it live, but it's a debate. It's a debate, and it's debatable, and I will think about it. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care and have a lovely evening. Bye!